Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Guess what we're doing, guys? We're playing video games. We are playing video games tonight. We have a lot to do, right? And what I mean by we have a lot to do is we have a lot of story to slog through, a lot of a lot of video game to be played, right? We're gonna try to get there. Uh, I guess we kind of made the decision. I made the decision, guys, that I don't know if I can maintain multiple characters, right? So I kind of need my online character to be the character I'm using to stream, right, and the character I'm using in my off time, because we're gonna need to get a lot of stuff. Yeah, we gotta max him out. This poor little green guy. Right, we gotta do it. I can't like stream and then like play on my other character and then just log to the story again, right? It's not gonna happen. Too much work. Too much work. You know me. I gotta coast a little bit. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let's turn this camera on. Hello, guys. Before we get started, guys, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, hi. Wish you guys watch me live. My name is Frank Gallows, guys, and I stream every day or as often as possible. Usually on the weekdays, guys, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when you can catch me. Link to my channel in the description of the video. Uh, and yeah, if you just want to hang out and talk and stuff like that, why not? And we go as long as we can these days, right? I try to do like 8 to midnight, but sometimes it just is not happening. All right, so we're playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm sure you guys noticed that by now. And we're using I, the names escape me, but I believe this is a Lalafell. And we are black maging it up. I tried to fix the buttons a little bit, as you guys can see, to something that like suits my needs more. That's all we did. We didn't do anything else. But I might do a lot more offline stuff, right? Because we need to get to like the next couple DLCs because there's another DLC coming out, right? And then there's like other games we gotta play. It's a long process, guys. And I'm kind of just trying to make sure we're going where we need to go. We're gonna skip a lot of the fluff, right? A lot of this dialogue we're not gonna read. What I think we will do is when they start doing like stuff they actually recorded dialogue for, we'll let that play, right? Because that's a lot easier, and I think they do save the most important parts for that, for the most part. And I could try to fill in with the like my my little bit of knowledge as best I can. And that's what we're gonna do, guys. And we're at the next area. So I feel like I figured out most of like the thaumaturge. We do have to get him to 20 to get to Black Mage. We're pretty close, guys. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. And yeah, that's the plan, guys. We're gonna try to get far. Hopefully, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do it. We'll get to the other major cities. Schmiegel. Oh man, I watched a lot of I didn't read the books, mind you. It was too much for me. Too many big words, and I was too young, and I was more opposed to reading than I am now. You know, but I watched the hell of a lot of Lord of the Rings back in the day. How much do I remember? Right. It's debatable. It's debatable, guys. We're gonna get started in just a couple minutes, right? Uh, Need to hydrate first. I need to buy a water bottle. I won't have to keep getting up, right? And I don't want to drop this glass because this is a glass. Really, it's a good trilogy. I mean, the third one is all right. It's not the greatest. I like the second one the most, I would say. I think I like the second one. And then, you know, as far as the original trilogy, because then they broke up into the Hobbit trilogy, right? The Hobbit trilogy is trash. I don't care what anybody says. Those movies are hot garbage, right? I mean, I had both Lord of the Ring book and the Hobbit. That's true, right? But I don't know that. But I don't know that, and a lot of people don't. And uh, would you say it's a good introduction to the book? I feel like the Hobbit trilogy was too stretched out though, right? They really stretched out a lot of that damn book. That book was small. What did they add? A little bit of some other stories. Changes? Does it change too much? I liked it. I was like 15, 16 when it came out. Right, I haven't seen it in years. I haven't seen it in years, but I watched a lot of it. I watched a lot of it. But the Hobbit trilogy, I do not like. Uh, oh man, rough. It's rough. There is one scene I like cinematically, and but that's just more of like I like the way it looks. And then remember that again. I know there's like a bunch of stuff missing, right? But like I said, I didn't read too much of the book, so most of my lore will come from like a YouTube channel or you know, mostly a YouTube channel. Um, but with that said, we're close to getting to level 20, guys. I don't think we'll stay like Thaumaturge the whole way through, right? Maybe we'll dabble with the other like DPS classes. There's like another magic class there where you summon pets. If you see me looking off to the side, guys, I'm looking at my chat, by the way. Right. Was so I do know a little something, but I think I'm thinking about the wrong guy. Like there was a there. Sorry, hold on. Okay, there was like a being, I guess you would say, and he was more like tied to the earth. Like a lot of people couldn't touch him for some reason. I don't know his name, mind you guys, right? But what was his name? Oh, Golder. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that I don't know too much in particular. Yeah. Tom Baba. No, I gotta get this. Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil? Bombadil? Well, I know what you're talking about, right? I saw like a whole lore video, and he looked like he was a cool guy. I don't know why he wasn't in there. I guess they had to, they had to do some stuff. But it was very interesting to hear about. Extremely interesting. With that said, though, I prefer watching Lord of the Rings over The Hobbit. It's just personal preference. He's too OP. Yeah, he seemed pretty OP. He seemed pretty OP. This makes me want to play the Lord of the Rings games, but we're not going to do that, right? There is that MMO that is being kept alive somehow, but we gotta pick and choose what we play. We gotta pick and choose what we play, guys. Let's start this quest. We are going to be skipping most of the dialogue, guys, because god damn it, that's what we're gonna do. This is a shield, and we're not going to be using a shield. I mean, we do technically have a gladiator class that we can switch over to, so maybe it might be smart to hold on to this. We'll do it. Right, and there's a sword, but there's a bone staff right there. So wait, thaumaturge and black mage. Okay, can't even use it really. So we'll get the sword once we complete this mission. And a lot of these missions are just like fluff, like filler. Oh crap! Oh crap! I wasn't looking. Uh, yeah. We'll do that. The spells hit hard in my opinion, right? It's just it takes a little long to cast these babies. But they hit pretty hard. They hit pretty hard. I forgot, so like when you see these little triangles, that means the enemies are going to be hostile, so I do have to kind of be careful with what we're doing here. My guy is kind of squishy. We are like wearing robes and stuff like that, so I get hit harder than I'm used to getting hit. I usually play like a tank class when we're leveling up, at least these days. So I'm also trying to get my rotation down pack. So what it seems like you need to do is hit them as hard as you can with your hardest hitting spells, which will drain your mana faster, right? And I feel like this is the way you got to do it. Like you just got to cast a bunch of fire, right? And then when you start getting low, you switch over this, and then you do like your DOT, right? And you do your move that'll get your mana back a little bit, and then you switch over again, right? And you try to keep your mana going, right? I think that's how you're supposed to do it. And then your Blizzard 2 is like a AoE, so you save that one for when there's like maybe more than two enemies, I want to say, that take a little bit longer to kill. I think that's how it goes. Right, I'm pretty sure. Feels like I'm doing it right. Right, so we have, if you look right here, this Blizzard 1, so this is like single target. I only use this really if I need to get my mana back pretty quickly. Right, so we'll do like a bunch of fires, and then we'll do transpose. And then we'll do thunder just because it's a DOT and then it doesn't cost much, right? We'll give our mana a chance to come back because this in combination with Blizzard seems like it works. And I think that since we're so low level that it doesn't pay off to do thunder right away to enemies because they're gonna die pretty quickly. He looks like Yoda, yeah. We're getting that. It's just the green hoodie, right? We don't have green skin. I didn't give it that much thought, fortunately. Unfortunately, right? I should have planned it further ahead. And as long as these enemies are here that go into my hunting log, we might as well get them the first time around. Because if you want to complete your hunting log, then you'll have to come back here anyway, guys, right? So you might as well do it while you're there. These are just like some low-level enemies. They're not really too much of an issue. Right, so I could do this, and then maybe transpose, switch it to thunder, right? Switch to blizzard, transpose again, switch to fire, right? And it keeps our mana going a little bit. I think that's the way it's supposed to be played. It feels like it. We have all our, I don't want to say that name, because it just sounds funny. So we got the enemy there. We got the shelled enemies. I gotta remember that the curse is visible all the time, even on the stream, so I'm gonna try to keep it out of the way as best as I can. It shouldn't be that much of an issue, though. It's not that intrusive. Let's repair our gear. Oh, we don't even need to. Oh, he's only selling swords. Okay. Well, what about battle gear? We don't need anything he has. Alright, fair enough. And we'll just grab the sword because we'll switch over eventually to the gladiator. Oh, fire too. Swift cast. I wasn't prepared. Let's take a look at fire too. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a reason to put fire 1 on if we have fire 2, right? Let's take a look. What does it do? Deals fire damage, of course, with a potency of 100 to target and all enemies nearby. Grants astral fire or removes umbral ice. It might be too expensive for our low-level character, right? But let's put it on. And if it costs too much and we can't like keep our mana going, then we'll then I guess we will fix our moveset a little bit. I feel like you might as well just open up with your hardest hitting moves, right? There's no reason to not do that. I need a tissue, guys. I need a tissue. But we'll skip this part. You're just doing busy work. That's all you're doing. That's all you need to know. Busy work so people could trust you and get your reputation up as an adventurer. Like, they made me walk all the way over here to do nothing, basically. Now I gotta walk back. I'll be honest, I hate stuff like this when they make you do that. Not just in this game, right? Any game where you walk all the way down to somebody, he goes, oh, talk to this guy. Now here we are, walking all the way back for no reason. Alright, so let's hit him with this fire too. I don't know. A little slow, huh? What was this? Several crab loafing fishers. This is like, so fates are like the open world events of the game. But that's a big old crab over there. I don't know if we can get him. It might be worth the experience. Maybe. The thing is, if we could die pretty easily. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? So we'll start with these guys. Yeah, we're running them out already, so let's try this. These. We're not even fighting the boss, I'm just making sure the loadout is right. Or the, not the loadout, the rotation, right? Because this game is more about having a properly timed rotation. That's the real, like, meat and potatoes of it. Right, so cast him. Oh, he has a lot of life. I don't know if we can do this. And I already messed up the rotation. Yeah, I messed it up pretty bad. So this is what we're gonna do, right? I have a new plan. It might be a little bit too much for us in our current class. But luckily, he's tethered pretty short. He has like a short leash on him, right? So we tried it. I think I could get about 3 of these like Fire 2s out, which might not be ideal. Honestly, right, we might want to switch back to Fire 1. And I think that's what we're going to do because it's not even hitting that hard in comparison, right? It's not like a giant damage bonus. So what we'll do is we'll have Fire 1 here, right? And then I guess we can have Fire 2 right here. And that might be okay. This might be alright. And this is some story stuff. What is he gonna make me do? I think we're gonna have to help him in battle. Usually when you get like something like this going on, you're helping them in a fight. And I think that's what's gonna happen. That is what's gonna happen right now. Skip this cutscene. Yeah, this is gonna be a big fight. Okay. And moving out the way of like the regular moves doesn't really matter because it's tap targeting, right? So you might as well just take the damage. I do have to keep an eye on my mana. So I gotta work on that rotation, but not too bad. I could work on the little guys. These are the easy kills right here, which we probably should have got them out the way first, but as you can see, no harm, no foul. Could have went worse. Could have went a lot worse. We're just showing we're trustworthy, basically. All the way back we go. Kind of close to 20. I'm like eager to get to like our first like main job. Honestly, right? I want to graduate into Black Mage. That's what I want to do. God damn it. We're gonna do it. I think we're gonna make it there tonight, right? We're gonna be on for a while. Quite a bit. we need to put a lot of time into this game. All right. Also, guys, if you remember, I said I wasn't feeling too good yesterday. Um, so I think I figured out what happened. What happened was my brother visited me, and sometimes he'll bring over like some food or stuff because he's like in the catering business. And lo and behold, I found out today he's sick. So I got a little something off of him because he was like just beginning to get sick. I guess yesterday he just didn't realize it, and nothing serious, nothing like COVID or anything like that, right? Just sick. And so he quarantined himself to his own apartment, and yeah. So I feel like I got a little something. Luckily, I wasn't in contact with him too much aside from the food stuff. Like you pass some food over. Uh, it was wrapped and all that stuff, of course. So I recovered pretty quickly. I kind of forget what part of the story we're at. I'm gonna read it slightly to see if it jogs my memory. Oh, they're plotting to take power away from the Sultanate, right? So it's the princess. There's like a princess walking around here, and she needs a little bit of help. So that is our mission to make sure everything is good. I'm glad they let me jump over that. I didn't think they were gonna let me. I also have to remember to so when you're subscribed to the game for a month, I'm not sure if you guys are into like the Final Fantasy series, right? A lot of people are into Final Fantasy VII. It was their first uh for a lot of people it was their first RPG, right? And it was like really big. Uh but there was that Advent Children movie that came out. So basically when you subscribe to like the game like for your first time, after a little while, yeah, right. It's because it was like the biggest thing. It was like the first, it was the first 3D game that had any traction like for Final Fantasy. I'm more of a fan of about Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6. I do like Part 7, right, to a point, but it's not like that's number one Final Fantasy game for me. It'll probably be 4 and 6, and then 7, and then Probably Mystic Quest. I actually like the music of Mystic Quest a lot. It is a dumbed down game. It was meant to make to get people into RPGs back in the day because apparently they thought RPGs were too hard for us American folk. That's why they like really didn't drop too many for us. That's what I hear anyway. But when you subscribe to this game, right, dude, we're like winding off. When you subscribe to the game for a little while, they do send you Cloud's costume from Advent Children, and it's meant to be turned into glamour. And glamour is what they call like the fashion in the game. You have to get the clothing first of all, and then you have to turn it into like these prisms. Uh, and they send you just like it's like level one and stuff like that, but it's intended to be turned into fashion. And one of my characters has it, and I know I didn't put it in like a shared bank or anything like that. So I have to make sure that we don't delete them prematurely, or else I do believe that fashion is lost to us forever. And I'm not gonna use it, but I'd rather know that I have it, you know? Am I going the right way? No. No, I am not. What is going on here, guys? He must be, let's zoom in, yeah. Okay. He's in the Alchemist Guild. There we go. Problem solved. Really? Are you serious? I'll be honest, I don't know really anything about Harry Potter. They do think we're dumb, though, and they think we don't. They think we can't handle hard games. They thought that especially, like, even more back in the day. They dumbed a lot of the games down. Wow, really? A little insulting. A little insulting. With that said, I don't know if they were right or wrong. Right? I'm not sure, but oh, so it was called the Philosopher's Stone. It wasn't called the Sorcerer's Stone. I got you. I got you on that. Interesting. We're just gonna teleport everywhere because we can. Why not? Philosopher's Stone. Act like we never saw Full Metal Alchemist. This might be the way. I do know the Philosopher's Stone is a thing, right? I know it's not just from FMA guys, so no judgment here, right? I know it's a thing. Right? Alchemies didn't come from the animes. Skip a lot of these enemies. Right, a lot of them are hostile, but it's not really worth fighting them unless you're like right there, like right there, close to getting a level. We'll be okay though. We'll be just fine. I see we got to kill some of these sun bats, so I think we should do that. And I actually want to make sure that let's pop this fire too. Over here, just in case we need it. You never know. And then we have Addle, Swift Cast. Oh wait, Fire 2 is right here. We don't need it there. All right. So now that we're set. Oh, oh, that just happened. Oh, crap. We are gonna have to kill these toads as well. We're just getting them for our hunting log, right? So eventually these bats will respawn. We could wait for them, or we can just be proactive and take advantage of the enemies that are just like this right here. Usually they don't engage unless like you do a big AoE. So we should be okay for the most part. Let's move that cursor. I'll just pop him with a thunder. Looks like we need one more of these bats. I want to get the hunting log part out the way first because it seems like you see these things right here. Whenever you do these things, this is like a good indication that either a cutscene is going to play or like the enemy's just going to spawn right away. Right, and then once we're done there's no reason to stand here too long. And that is a big ass toad in the background. You see this guy over here? Peeking out? That looks like an event. It is an event. We're not going to engage. Not right now. Okay, we actually did finish the sunbat section, so we can fight some of these toads. They're kind of annoying because they have like they have a pole, and I'm sure we're gonna get hit with it. So let's get ready. So I'm gonna fire it right. There you go. That's what they do. Stop it. I think one more. Not bad, not bad. I think once we start fighting too many enemies at once, though, like it throws my it throws personally like my timing for the rotation off a little bit. So 8 that damage. Okay, this is fine, guys. As you can see, you can tell what status they have because it's like right underneath their health bar a lot of the time. So you could, you can manage your own timing for DOTs and buffs and stuff like that. Okay, we're done with that. It is kind of worth it to get it done while it's like you're close to like leveling or, usually if you're in a new place, you need some experience, right? So you might as well get your hunting log done. Uh-oh. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're out of water already. Sure, why not? Why not proceed, right? Might as well. So I believe what happened is they stole the crown, right? The crown is a symbol of power. So he's like gonna give them something and then they're gonna give him the crown back. But of course, betrayal. We'll skip this cutscene. Right, that's what's going on right now, guys. Right, so we were gonna get betrayed anyway, right? So now we just need to do the thing, help the people out. A word of advice, if you're like new to this game as well, if you fail here, don't worry too much about it. I would say even they do give you a chance to lower the difficulty. You might as well do it because this, in the long run, doesn't mean much, right? If you're gonna be playing and playing LAN parties and stuff like that, like this stuff right here means nothing. You might as well just get it over with and continue on with your journey. You can see I'm pretty safe in the background, right? And usually when you're a mage or something like that, you know, you will have a tank tanking for you. So you'll be safe like this. You don't have to worry too much. Uh-oh. Ran out of magic. So I think we do have to deal with this demon on our own. They call them void sense, but they're just, you know, they're just demons, basically. And you only want to move out of the way of the big attacks, because it's really, you're not going to be able to dodge, because it's just like, they're auto-locked onto you. Right, you want to move out of... Duty failed. I think we're supposed to protect, Hey, what happened? What happened there, guys? I feel like we were doing pretty good. Maybe I should just focus on getting that guy down. Oh. I think we lost some of our people. That is going to be an issue with some of the slower classes, honestly. Really can't do much about that. So I guess we will protect Owen right here, right? We'll make sure he's good. That should solve a lot of our problems. It's pretty straightforward, honestly, guys. I'm not missing much. Although you definitely feel how slow a class like this is compared to like, you know, once we get into the other classes, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a lot different. I'm not sure if we're supposed to protect them the whole time. That's only missed like that, but should be okay. Some both are going to be okay. I think we should be fine. Yeah. Okay. That's also something you got to take into consideration, right? Like you know, guys, I got like the blinders on a lot of the time, right? Sometimes you got to make sure somebody stays alive. These little guys are hard to take serious, man. But we helped them out. We helped them out. We were gonna get the big betray done to us, right, and get defeated. So now we're being tested. Basically, one of these enemies realizes we have like a lot of power. So they're gonna do our best to like basically cut us off before we get too strong. That is what they want to do. All right, they gotta do that. It's debatable. I forget you can do things like this, put him to sleep. I don't think it even worked on him. Yeah. Right, but you should be safe. Really, the thing that'll mess you guys up the most is if you mess up your rotation a lot of the time. Right, I didn't realize it was the fight was still going. Got him. And there you go. Here's some law here, right? These guys in the cloaks, they're the bringers of chaos. Science? Asians? Right. They're behind the veil pulling the strings. If you remember, at one point we fought like a golem, and that was summoned by another one of their kind. And that's all you need to know. We figured out what's going on. A little bit, at least, alright. And look, there's your cat girl, guys. She has the thigh highs on. Let's take a look at this young lady. Okay. Alright. Yep. It's a cat lady. It's a cat lady, alright. Yep, doing battle in a button-up vest and a white tee. That's her battle attire, guys. Okay. And we should be level 19 when we're done here, I'm hoping. We're gonna make it to 20 tonight, for sure. It is kind of peak hours. I'm surprised we don't see many people. I'm pretty sure they're on Limsa though. Why am I running over there? We gotta make it back to The Alchemist Guild, I believe. Yep. So I think this is around the time where we were able to start traveling, because they're gonna like have us send word around to like the other territories that were like in trouble that we need to like band together basically. We need to make a brotherhood. I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. Level 18. Okay. I feel like it's time to fix our moveset already. Because this is basically Scave just does damage, right? It's not part of this whole combo system. So Scave just hits hard, and it's like instant cast, right? I think you use Scave mostly if you're like repositioning and you need to get like a burst damage out real quick. So you just hit them while you're moving. Um, that actually might be good right here, right? And then I think we can actually. I want transpose to be on this side of the menu, but it'd probably be better off here. And lucid dreaming as well. Right. And then Adeline, I don't think we need Swiftcast right away. What I think we need is Sleep might be the better option. Sleep is more for like bigger dungeons though, so we might not need it at all. Right, we will have Swiftcast after all. I think it's better off on this side, and we can have Fire 2 here. Uh, we can have Blizzard 2 here, right? I try to keep them mostly like uh, along the same lines of my buttons. That way, just muscle memory kind of stuff. And we'll eventually change Sprint out and put it off to the side somewhere when we need it less. Right, so my right trigger is like all the Fire 1 and moves basically, and my left trigger will be like the twos, and eventually it'll go over to the like Fire 3 or whatever. Once we have like a bigger a bigger mana bar, guys. And let's see what we have next. I don't think we got any gear. Oh, we did. Okay, take the ring, put on the ring, update our gear. So yeah, we are getting an invitation to talk to the Sultana. It's the princess, guys, right? That's the princess. That's Princess Jasmine, pretty much. Gotta go to the quicksand, which I think is next to the Adventurers Guild, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And this is like the rough part, is like doing all this like talking and stuff. Collect the earrings from Serendipity. Let's see if we can zero in on where they're at. So yeah, we can go to the Goldsmith Guild. This is why it pays to have all the crystals, as you can see. Just it makes your life a lot easier. Right, so all we gotta do is go to the Goldsmith Guild. And then we could use it to teleport back to wherever we need to go. That's why you want to do it early, guys. I made the mistake of not doing it like right away. Okay. I do believe, guys, if you're interested in getting the game and want to put some time into it, I do believe there's a like, say you just get the base game right now and you buy the base game, you do, and you might want to look at this and remember this is a 3/29/2023, guys. Um, we'll let the sirens pass first before I get into it. All right, I think we're good to go. So I do believe, guys, by the way, if you're interested in the game, uh, you know, aside from the free trial, you can buy a time. You can buy like the base game and then buy the expansions, or you could just get like the collectors, which is the expansions together. The first one is called Stormblood, I believe, and you might want to check up on it right now. I do think there's an event going on or a promotion, so I do believe what they're doing, and I could be wrong, so you might want to check. Um, is if you buy the base game, they give you the first expansion for free. Right, so you're basically getting a nice extra little bonus on top of the base game. I'm not sure if it's always like that, if it's going to be like that for a long time, but you might want to check it. If you're interested, right, if you're happy playing free to play, uh, continue on with what you're doing. So Alchemist Guild, and then no, this is wrong. Is it the Chamber of Rule? The Chamber of Rule. And I think we have to put on the Voice of the Just, which is sometimes you have to put on an item like, you know, like some fancy clothes and stuff to talk to people, or like some commoner's garb to talk to people. I'm sure you noticed that previously, maybe. Um, the voice. Wait, what the hell? Oh, right, because this counts as a hat as well. Okay, there we go. That's the Voice of the Just. Now we can continue our mission. Sometimes without the item equipped, like, you won't be able to do anything at all. So just make sure that they gave you the item and you can equip it, make sure it's on. You can take it off after, guys, right? Nothing to worry about. I'm gonna see if this part is voiced. If they have any like actual dialogue. Listening to it. Yeah.
All hail the Sultana. Your Grace.
Raubon? By right of the Royal House of Ul, I, Nanimo, 17th of my line, have summoned you here.
Yeah, we can really see her.
We are graced this day by the presence of a hero to Uldar and dear friend to the crown. Honored guests, I give you our champion! And with that, I bid you enjoy the feast.
Not to spoil your appetite, but Uldar is hardly so bountiful as this meal would have you believe. While we gorge ourselves, children starve in the streets. Nor can her grace do aught to help them. She is thwarted at every turn by those on the Syndicate who derive their wealth from the workers' poverty. Beneath her mask of stately serenity, she is aghast at the plight of her subjects. But there will be no hope for the masses until the crown is restored to power. I am truly grateful for all you have done for Uldar, but there is so much more to do. That light, what is it? So bright, almost like by the 12. Tell me true, have you been troubled by strange dreams of late? Visions of the crystal? Mayhap you put them down to an excess of ether? Yes. Allow me to explain. Before you came to Eorzea, there were others like you who fought the Primals. Though they were not of this land, when the Guardian Empire threatened the realm, they helped bring together the three grand companies. And they stood with us at Cartano, that fateful day 5 years ago. The day we lost them. None who survived have forgotten the hero's sacrifice, nor would any man deny they fought alongside us. But the names of these heroes come not to our lips. The once familiar pages of their story are now blank to us. And in our mind's eye, their faces are naught but silhouettes amid a blinding glare. It is for this reason that we have come to call them the Warriors of Light. When I look at you, I cannot help but think of them, and of what you might achieve. You must protect that crystal at all costs. It is a gift from Hydaelyn, Mother of All, and one she gave to you for a reason. Yours is no ordinary tale. If I am right, the fate of the realm may yet hang upon your deeds. Only heroes and martyrs are fit to bear such a burden. Let us pray you are the former. To the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
So really quickly before we move on with the story, right? Because this is like kind of like well, this is kind of important, right? I'm sure you heard him talking. Basically, something happened. These warriors appeared, in the past, and they helped bring the three grand companies together. There's one in Ulda, there's one in Britannia, there's one in Limsa, right? Now, what happened was something called the Cataclysm, I'm pretty sure. And when that happened, the Warriors of Light disappeared, and a lot of the people's memories of them, right? So they don't remember who these warriors were. They just remember them kind of as like a silhouette of light, of like glowing light. And that's why they are called the Warriors of Light. It's like semi-implied that we are a Warrior of Light. We're also something called like a Scion. I'm pretty sure that's what we're called. And what that does, which is probably just interchangeable with the Warrior of Light, is it gives us visions of like past events and I think events that might occur. So when you see things like this and like our guys are getting dizzy, he's basically just having a vision, right? And that is part of the power that they have. I don't know if they have the power to change it per se, but they have the power to see it and possibly change it, maybe. So we're just getting some background stuff. I'm not sure if we were the Warrior of Light, like one of them that vanished, or we're like kind of like a reincarnation of them, right? I have a feeling that we're like the Warrior of the Light, that people just forgot about and kind of just reappeared because we seem not to remember anything either.
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas.
Or we probably forgot our own past, much like everybody else did.
Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
At least I think that's what's going on, right? I'm pretty sure.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor.
And
Send the white wolves to their aid.
these people you're seeing, they're from the other grand companies, right? So the Rogden female, the one that looked like a really piratey looking lady, she's from Limsa. She's from Gridania. Of course, the man we're seeing, I can't remember his name, but we just seen him a moment ago. We'll see him again. He's from Olda, or Olda, however you want to pronounce it. Pronounce it Olda. So they all came together to fight the Empire, basically, which is, you know, evil empire. Which,
Is Artemis?
which, funnily enough, the Empire is indeed based upon Star Wars. They use Magitech. They wear all black. Their leader almost breathes like Darth Vader. I do believe he's heavily based on Darth Vader. Um, a lot of the magic tech stuff comes from older Final Fantasies, and in part two in America, which is part four in Japan and everywhere else. I'm pretty sure it got renamed anyway. There was a character who worked for the Empire, and whenever he showed up, he had like a fake, basically a fake. Um, my Star Wars knowledge is real low, so I'm not sure if they just call it the Empire, right? All the bad guys, but you know, he had like a fake Darth Vader kind of theme going on. You could almost hear him breathing sometimes, like a respirator. So it's very, very heavily influenced by Star Wars. And even in this game, when they pull from the old games, you'll see that they look like they're like anime stormtroopers basically and all that kind of stuff.
No, it is nothing.
We're not quite there yet, but you'll definitely notice, and I'll point it out.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily.
Ruban.
Forward!
I have to check this message, guys. Give me 1 second. We'll let the dialogue play while I do this.
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you! Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
Do you like their they're using like little crystals in their ears, like little Bluetooth headsets, slash intercoms or slash communication devices. I do believe that's what they're doing. Way before Avengers did it, by the way, guys, right? I think somebody was a Final Fantasy fan.
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying.
I'm pretty sure they took that from
Call
Justice
will
League anyway.
respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
They're ass handed to them.
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Quite a long cutscene, huh? I think they're talking a language we don't understand, right? So I'll narrate this part. That I shall live to behold Muhammad once more. Magnificent. The eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I am aware of them, hear them no more. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. Laughter. Evil laughter, guys. And I guess our vision was so strong that we passed out. And now we can skip this cutscene. That was a solid, like, what, 15 minutes? 10, 15 minutes? Speak with Raban at the Hall of Flame. We still have much to do, guys. since this is gonna be like, I guess he's gonna have to turn into my main character, right? We're gonna have to play as much as we can because I do want to play this game when I'm not streaming, right? And I don't want to miss too much of the story, so I want to get pretty decently leveled. That way I can at least run around and do like daily chores when we're not in the game. I mean, technically I could just stream it and just upload the whole thing as like a damn 8-9 hour chunk. I'm not sure if that's something I want to do though. Yeah, yeah, and we're still in the first, like we're like not even done with the story. We're nowhere near done with this like first part of the story. A lot to do. A lot to do. And you know, if we stop streaming short, the thing is there's gonna be a lot more to do. So now basically what we're doing is we're going to the other grand companies finally. And we're gonna be able to go to Gridania and Lemsa. Right, and tell them it's time to get the band back together, basically. But that gives us access to our other jobs as well. So we can go around Limsa, you know, like the central like hubs for those places, and grab all the crystals, grab the jobs. We gotta speak with Mimini first, okay. And then go to Gridania. So we'll be able to access the Archer, the Arcanist, the Thief, the Lancer, the warrior. We'll have like all the base jobs available to us. Give us some breathing room. I kind of like that person's name, Marsha Meow Lao, right? Because they were a cat lady. So okay, like I'll give them a pass. There they are, right there. There's little Miss Marsha Meow Lao. Let's zoom in and take a look. We're not trying to upskirt, guys. I'm sorry. Just trying to take a look at them. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool, but I'm done with it already. So we got to get to the airship landing. Like I said, luckily since we did all the crystal bullshit, we can easily teleport to the airship landing. Right? That's why you want to do it early, guys. I'm going to keep reiterating that until you do it. Right, so now we can easily make it there. We don't got to walk all the way around grabbing crystals again until we make it to the next area. I'm going to Lemsa first. And then, what I think I'm going to do, guys, we're going to take a few minutes break once we make it there. I could grab a drink and maybe a little bite of some crackers or something. There's not much to see. We're just going to Lemsa, right? We're just going to the next area, and we'll touch the main crystal. Basically, that's what I want to do. We'll attune to it. We'll touch it. We'll attune to it, and then I'll be back in a little bit. Working in circles. Also, like as far as side quest goes, like you can cook food, right? You can craft uh, jewelry and armor and stuff like that, right? So those are like side jobs in the game. They're all split between the 3 regions, right? So you will have to eventually like I'm not sure. I think like the culinary stuff is over in Lemsa, so if you want to cook right away, you might have to pick a job that starts here. You know, you can make it here eventually. You can make it here in like a day too if you're playing hard. Like, you know, we're playing like half-assedly, mostly because we're streaming. Right, but it shouldn't be too difficult if you're just sitting down and playing and putting some time in. I want to grab a crystal. This is not the main crystal, but since we're close by, we're just gonna grab it. And I want to tune to the main one, so once we do that, then I'll get up for a little bit. Stretch my legs and all that kind of stuff, you know? Gotta find this crystal first, though. Where is it? Where's this crystal? Why am I missing it? is what we're gonna do. Right, we're gonna take a quick look right here. I do believe I ran the wrong way. Right, there it is down there. You see it? See it, guys? So I think I can make it down there from here. I probably just gotta take the elevator down, but we're gonna take the Shoelace Express right now. I could probably... There's a way downstairs right here. It's there should be a staircase somewhere nearby. Although I think we could just take this down to the Bulwark Hall. And I do see that the quest is right there, right? But I want this crystal. That's where we're going. And for some reason, most of the people you find are in Limsa, right? Look at all these people here. And they're popping in because, my PC can't handle all these characters. So the closer you get, the more people are gonna pop in. They just like standing around. Like it's very dense. They love standing in this area in particular. I'm not sure why. Yeah, so we'll hang out here. And yeah, I will be back, guys. Hold on, let's guess we'll zoom in. I realized that one of the playlists that I have playing, one of the musics were copyrighted, so that's why you don't see my video up on YouTube. I did one of those like auto trim things, so it's like re-rendering the whole thing. So I'm not sure if we're gonna leave a playlist playing. So let's say about 10 minutes. Well, I'll be back in about 9:20 my time, Eastern time, guys. And yeah, give me a little bit. I will be back, guys. BRB. All right, guys. Hello, hello. Uh, few minutes. We're gonna get ready to get back into it. We still have a lot to do. We still have much. There's much to be done. I really need to hit level 20 on our first job. Let's get situated. Okay. Where's OBS? There we go. Um, Still have a lot to do, guys. I feel like I should make my light a little bit brighter. I feel like it's good enough for now. Let me know if I need to fix my lighting, guys. I think it's good though. Um, okay. All right. So you have the main crystal. We are going to have to run around and grab the rest of the crystals, but we'll do that after we do this little part of the story, and then we can grab the rest of the jobs that are here, which is the Arcanist, the Thief, and there's something else that escapes my memory. But we'll get them. We're gonna get them, guys. So all we're doing here, I don't think it's worth hearing the voice if there is a voice, right?
Enter.
I'll give you the gist of this. We're just gonna convince them to come back together, basically.
So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for
That's all. That's all that's happening. We can like cut that little part out. It's nothing too important. All right. So they're on board basically, and now we got to go to the next area, which is Gridania. But before we do that, we will grab the other jobs, and we'll grab the crystals around here because there's gonna come a point in time where we're gonna need to come around and do stuff here anyway. You can see there's quite a lot of people here. Let's take a moment and look at all these people. We're not gonna be sightseeing too much, but quite a bit of people in Lemsa. And Lemsa Lominsa, and they're all fashioned out. Everybody's showing off. They're the best of their gear. Right, all their fashion. Looking cool, looking hot. Right, whatever they want to look like. Thumbnail? Possible thumbnail, guys? What do you think? Hot, bondage-headed lady? Right? K-pop S&M star? Right, that's a pretty decent one right there. No. No. Okay, let's keep going with the story, guys, because there's gonna be a lot to do. Alright, let's do what we have to do. I feel like this mic should be a little bit closer. There we go. Alright. See, there's still people. Right, they're not just at the central crystal, they're everywhere. We're tuned. Are we in a good spot? I think we're in a good spot. Okay. If you guys are wondering what job this is, because this is a job here. You see how he has these like chakrams? The other person has chakrams as well. This is the dancer class. A very powerful class, actually. And a very fun class. They're pretty popular. That is a DLC class, by the way, guys. So he's the Arcanist Guild. The Arcanist basically graduates into becoming a summoner, as well as it breaks off into two classes. There's like the summoner and there's like a healer class. I forget what the healer one is called. We're just gonna grab it. We're not gonna do like any mission for it. We're just gonna make sure we have it unlocked. I didn't even get to drink my coffee. Feels hot. You have to be careful here because when you're button mashing, this part comes up and you can say no, and then you'll have to do this whole thing over again. Right, so there we go. I know it's like a flavor thing, but it's kind of pointless, and it's just waste time. So now we have Arcanist, and what I said, guys. First of all, let's make sure we have the proper gear on. Upgrade this. Now, they automatically give you a starting weapon, right? So we get like a Grimoire, just book. Switch over to it, you automatically the Arcanist, right? Don't upgrade your gear set because you'll just overwrite whatever you had previously for your last set. Right, so we'll basically, if we did this right now, we'll be overwriting our Thaumaturge. Just pop on your recommended gear real quick, and then create a new gear set, and there you go, you got the Arcanist. Just that simple. The Arcanist has pets. He's the pet class, guys. He's the summoner. When I first started the game, I started out as an Arcanist way back in the day, a few years ago. It was kind of complicated for me, right? Because I was new to the game, so I only played it very briefly. Let's go back into being Thaumaturge. You gotta find all these little crystals anyway, so we also, there's the Thief class here. The Thief is, I haven't played much of the Thief, but he seemed like he was a fun class. He turns into the Ninja eventually. You know, they use dual daggers, dual wields, whatever you want to call them. Some ground AoEs. I would have to play it more often to see what their exact mechanics are like, but most of the classes are pretty fun. It just depends on one, if you like the class, right, and two, you would you know, have to get it down packed, right? And then of course there's some sweaty people that do like min-maxing, but most of the classes for the most part can kind of keep up with each other, right? I do believe it's more about positioning your character and timing your loadout properly, right? Because you could be on like quote unquote the best class, and if you have your loadout timed poorly, you're not really going to be doing much. You can't. This isn't the kind of game where you just hit the button, like one button, and do big damage, right? You got to have a proper loadout. As far as I know. All right, so the Fisherman's Guild. Fishing is a thing in the game, guys. But the Thieves Guild is right here. And I want in. God damn it, let me in. Oh, the Rogue's Guild. The Rogue is a thief, though. So, you know. Same shit. Let me in. I love a lot of dialogue. They look like a fun class. I have to be careful here. I guess like a rogue class would be like what a hobbit would be in these games, right? So technically my Lalafell, it seems like in this universe at least, like the Lalafells are like natural mages, right? But if this was like Lotor, right? I think hobbits would be mostly thieves in those kind of games. Thieves, rogues, right? Quick little nimble characters. I'm not sure how fast a hobbit actually is. As fast as a man? Probably. They're awful small though. So, you know, they're just going over lore and all this nonsense, and then he's gonna say, are you sure you want to join the guild? So yes, we do. Now give me my knife. And same thing, right? So make sure you just put your knife on. You do your recommended gear. There you go, yeah, got the rogue, right? So now at any point we can switch between all these classes whenever we want. Just keep in mind, you can see we're level 1 rogue, right? We're level 1 arcanist, we're level 1 pugilist, oh, level 7. Right, most of the classes in the base game will start at level 1, so you'll technically have to start all over again. It should be easier now that you know the game a little bit, right? You run out, smack some enemies around. Just make sure that at level 5 for each class, every 5 levels, you go and do the job quest. That way you get better moves, and then you can eventually graduate into their, ultimate classes, I guess you want to call them. Right, so, you want to turn him into the paladin, right? The pugilist, you want to turn him into the monk. The arcanist, you want to turn him into the summoner, right? The rogue, you want to turn him into a ninja. So you just got to keep playing. That's all there is to it, guys. I wanna. There we go. I knew that was there. I knew the exit was there the whole time. Yep. So smart, guys. I do think I prefer playing like this, where I think it was going to be impossible to maintain 2 characters at once. This is the kind of game where you only really need one, unless like you're a hard like RP kind of guy and you want to make characters for like story purposes, right? Like, you're so dead set on like, no, this guy is supposed to be a knight, and that's all he is, right? This is not that kind of game where you have to be locked into it. Right, but there's a lot of classes to level up, and because you can do that, right? The simple fact that I can, like, at any given time, switch my class, and then level them up, right? So imagine doing that across the board with multiple people, right? Because it's not just like 3 or 4 jobs. There's a lot of jobs in the game to do. We need to find more crystals, guys. So this is gonna take a minute. I'm gonna be wandering around, looking for them. So bear with me here. Coffee's a little weak. That was my fault, of course. So what do we get here, guys? We have the arcanist, we have the rogue, and I do believe the warrior is here as well, which turns into like the berserker. I think they renamed him the marauder in this game, but for all intents and purposes, he is the berserker. They use big old axes and stuff like that. We're just looking for crystals now, and we'll eventually come across, the other job. I think this is actually it right here. Yeah, this is the Marauder's Guild. So we can grab the Marauder. And that'll be all the jobs, and then we just gotta wrap it up and grab the crystals. And then we can head over to Gridania. Right, as part of the course, they ask you if you want to join the guild, and the person talks for a damn long time. And then he tells you to talk to someone else, and they talk for a damn long time, and then they give you your weapon. And you can't skip any of this stuff, right? So if you're button mashing, just, like I said, be careful, because there's going to come a point where they want you to select yes or no. And it's defaulted on no for no reason. There we go. We got our Marauder gear. This is kind of why you don't want to get rid of your starting gear too quickly as well, because you can use it for your other jobs. I'm not saying to hold every piece of gear, but hold on to a little bit of it. You see, that way we can just do this. Add it there, and that'll be good. I mean, you could, even if you wanted to, grab like the first quest, because like it's going to be basically like kill X amount of enemies. You're going to have to do it regardless, right? You can't skip any quests for these job classes, right? So, I mean, you might as well just grab the quest. The reason I'm not doing this because my menu is gonna get all full up of quests, right? So just make sure you're the proper job if the thing is grayed out or redded out. But we'll do that another time. We'll pick like a couple classes that I want to focus on, like truly, and then we can work on getting the rest. So I'm missing Culinous Guild, which is pretty close by. And then I think that's all the that should be all of the Aether crystals, right? So I think the Culinous Guild is right over here. It looks like the crystal's there too. So please forgive the background noise, guys. If you hear a lot of sirens and beeps, I do live in New York City, full disclosure. So you're gonna hear a lot of stuff in the background sometimes. There we go. I think we're done with all the stuff we have to do here. For now. Yeah, so now we can go straight to the airship landing. And now it's time to go to Gridania, and it's basically going to be the same rundown. We're going to convince the, their top person or whatever, their leader, to, have a meeting and join the three companies back together, the grand companies. And we're just going to run around, we're going to grab the crystals, and we're going to grab the jobs there. In Gridania, there's the Lancer, there's the Archer, and there's the Conjurer, which is the White Mage. Those are the three jobs that are there. Of course, there are DLC classes. Those are locked behind the level. So basically, I do believe you have to get to level 50 for almost all of them, except for the Engineer. And what you do is you become level 50, and then you find the proper tutor. They did do a good job of making sure they're in like the starting areas of the game. The Engineer, though, you will have to get into some DLC territory. Along with the Black Knight, I want to say, probably. Or the Dark Knight. They are locked into like a certain area. I do believe what happened is that those two were the first like classes that they brought out. I could be wrong on this. They put them in that area, and then people got really upset that they had to make it all the way over there, right? Because some people get to level 50 way before they finish their story, and they were annoyed that they had to go over there and do a lot of the story content to make it there. So, the classes that came out after that, they put them in the starting areas. They actually did listen, which no harm, no foul. Right? You can't say it's not a good thing. We still have a piece of mail that we haven't gotten. You can't. This is not the kind of game where you just open up your menu and open the mail up. We have to find the delivery mogul, and I don't know where he's at in this area in particular. We should have got him in Limsa, but maybe we could find him at some point in our damn life. Let's just make sure we attune to the crystal first. There's like a good amount of people here, but there's a lot of people here. Let's attune to the crystal. Let's talk to the Chocobo Keeper. Let's get it on them. So there, we're attuned to this Aether, right? Let's talk to this Keeper here. And now, I do know where the Archers Guild is at, because I usually, if I want to start off as a DPS, I usually start off as an Archer. So I know it's this way, for sure. It'd be funny if I was running the wrong way. But here's the Archers Guild. You can see clearly there's some arrows. Some arrow symbols here. A bow and arrow. Excuse me, guys, right? So, I'll grab that. So, let's drink this coffee while it's hot. Okay. Like I said, a lot of dialogue. Alright. It's good to just get this stuff done sooner rather than later. You know, some people like getting all their jobs to max. I'm not sure if that's something we're gonna do. We'll probably have like one tank, one or two DPS, right? As far as healing goes, I'm not really a big fan of healing in this game in particular, so I'm not sure. I haven't tried it too much. But maybe. What I think the plan is for like this character in particular is to, for the most part, DPS our way up until we get to the Gunbreaker, and then like mostly use the Gunbreaker and the Engineer. That is a far way away, right? So, you know, we can probably mess around with the Archer a little bit, maybe. We'll see. We'll try our best to stay this Thaumaturge and learn him, and hopefully he does a lot of damage down the line. That's yet to be seen, guys. You don't see too many of them, I'll be honest with you. You see mostly archers and dancers. At least from what I've seen personally. There should be an Ethernet crystal here somewhere. Right there, I see it. And let's just use this as a marker. So Lancer's Guild is there's the symbol for the Lancers Guild, so is it through this door right here? I think so, yeah. The Lance is what turns into the Dragoon, by the way, guys. And just in case you're wondering. I do like their armor aesthetic. Almost way more. Well, it depends, right, on what you like, right? If you like Dragoons, their armor's pretty cool. I like the way the armor looks for Dragoon, for Dark Knight, for probably those two mainly, right? Because they're like armory armor. The other tanks, the Paladin, of course, yeah, he looks like a knight. Gunbreaker, he has like jackets and stuff on, right? Everything else is more like high fantasy kind of stuff. Even though the Dragoon's armor is just like a lot of sharp points and stuff like that. Not bad looking. I'm not sure what he's wearing here. I think that's called a petticoat. Right, that big puffy, looks like a puffy jacket. It was just like layers and layers of thickness, so it's hard to pierce. Even though it can be pierced, right? It's pretty decent armor, pretty decent light armor. I believe at least. I'm not the armor dude. The armor lorists. I'm not a Shadiversity. I think that's his name. He talks about armor and swords, all that kind of stuff. Give me the lance, please. Thank you. So much damn talking. So now we have the Lancer guys. Lancer is a melee DPS, close range. Right there. Okay. The Lancer. So they poke him with the pointy end. Right, they do the jump move. That's all they do, really. They're not a bad class. I do think that like melee range DPS are at a disadvantage in this game, mostly because first of all they have to get in to do damage, which is not a big deal in raids and stuff like that. But say you're doing a lot of alerts and stuff where the tank is dragging enemies away, uh, you have a hard time getting some damage in because you have to keep up with the tank, knowing he's gonna stop. And then if he stops early, you're like in an unsafe vantage point, right? Like you might stand right next to him, and then he'll like get hit with 3 moves, and you're not designed to take that punishment, and then you'll be looking at the floor for a little while. Or as opposed to a ranged DPS where they, no matter what they do, if as long as they can get a move out, they're pretty safe. But other than that, like mostly as long as you get your rotation down right, you should be good for the most part. Right, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Just they're at a slight disadvantage. Let's go back to Thaumaturge. So now we just have to find the Wait, did we touch this Ethernet? I'm pretty sure we did. No, we didn't. Let's use these crystals as. That's right. So we need to get to the Conjurer's Guild. It's all southwest, and the botanist is there. So what I think we'll do is, since we're at the Lancers Guild, we'll go this way. We're just gonna go like in a big circle, basically. That's what the plan is. Hopefully make it to where we need to go. For some reason I can't open my map here, I don't know why. Maybe because I need to map the whole place out, there's something I could think of. But I can also use this as the map. Right, there you go. Now I know I'm going the right way. All these XIVs, there's decorated because there is an event going on. I'm gonna have to figure out what that event is. I'll probably just do that off stream because I notice a lot of these events, and I could be wrong on this. Like, you don't really have to do combat. You just kind of gotta like talk to a bunch of people, and then they give you like your event costume basically, and then you're pretty much good. I know we should keep going this way, but I do believe there is a Ethernet shard, and we might as well grab it while we can. Now I can go back to business. Right, so I have to grab this crystal here, and then we can come back down and grab that one. So I could just basically grab this crystal, teleport to the amphitheater, and we should be good. But I gotta make sure I go the right way first, right? So. And there's all these side quests. You see those exclamation points? There's a side quest, guys. I will leave it up to you to decide what side quest you want to do. You might be better off actually just finding a guide letting you know which ones are like pretty much necessary. Because a lot of them are just worthless. They'll give you like, they will give you some experience, but you'll get the bulk of the experience doing story missions and that kind of stuff, right? Doing fates and alerts or group events. Okay, so we made the Bonders Guild. Now we just need to make it to the amphitheater, and then we go to the Conjurer's Guild. There's always something going on here. Like, I don't know where they're going, right? That's obviously fire department going somewhere. It doesn't help that I live across the street from the fire department, actually, and the precinct. For all the good that does us, which is not much, right? Let me mute it for a second, guys. All right. So we got all the jobs complete. We got all the crystals. Thankfully, uh, we're right next to our story, our main story. Excuse me, main scenario quest mission. Happens to be right outside this guild. And like I said, all we're doing is basically making sure everybody's on the same page as far as the story goes, right? We need to talk to everybody and bring them back together, have a meeting. And you get your first pet here. There's someone in the airship. We'll take a look at it. It's called Minion, right? Minions are non-battle companions. You have to consume them first, right, guys? So make sure you get your one in the airship. Make sure you use it. Boom. Right, and then you have a whole little minions menu right there. And we got a little one in the airship. You can just select it to bring it out. You can make it a hotkey and all that kind of stuff. There it is right there. I'm not a fan of pets out that don't attack, so enjoy it right now. And it's gonna go bye-bye. That's it. You know, some people like collecting pets. I like collecting them and knowing I have them, right? But I don't really, I'm not like a guy where I stand in the crystal and like, hey, look at my costume, and stand there with my pets and stuff. So, there we go. So now we can make it back to the regular area. We're gonna grab this quest, and I think we're gonna do our level 20 job mission. Alright, so we'll grab this quest right here, and then we're gonna do our main one. So we're just gonna teleport, guys, because I want to. It costs quite a bit to teleport sometimes, so just kind of be aware of that. You should have enough gold to do a couple of teleports and do some extra story content. Don't go crazy though. It is a little bit cheaper to take the airship all the way back here and then, and then use the airship landing and come to the crystal. But we're lazy, but I could have also just returned for free. Had a dum-dum moment right there. Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge. Let's see what we got as far as action and traits go. So we don't have anything yet. Not much you guys need to know. As you know, their younger brother wants to be a mage. He just doesn't have access to magic like they do. I think they call it Aether Flow here in Final Fantasy VII. It was access to the life stream and Mako and stuff like that, right? They call it Aether here. He's not attuned to the flow of magic, so he tried to kind of cheat his way in a little bit, and he was promised magic by a bad deity that what seems because I haven't done this story too much for him. Seems like it took over his body. We just don't really know it yet. And we'll have to hoof it over there. Shouldn't be too much of an issue though, guys. We're gonna do our best to I said this a couple times. We're gonna do our best to get as much story as we can out the way, and then quite possibly what I can do in my downtime is work on getting the other jobs that we're not gonna use for the story mission, or just work on the jobs in general and try to get them all in line with the main job, which might be a good idea, right? Rather than me switching over midstream to a very low level job, right? Because then I'd have to sit here and level up all over again from zero, which is not ideal. And there's already a lot of stuff we've been doing, and we haven't been fighting that much, right? There's been a lot of dialogue, but the combat A little light on the combat. So, you know, all that means is that we can get to a nice high level here, and then that'll give me a chance to play around on the jobs and, you know, get some extra game time in, because I'll be wanting to play it on my downtime. Alright, I need to make it down there. I need to make it down there without losing my life. So, cross that bridge and then go down there. Okay. This might be too high of a drop, right? So I don't want to do that. Because what happens if you die and nobody's there to res you guys is basically you will return back to your home crystal, whichever your home crystal is set to. And that means we have to do a lot of walking back over here. You know, as well as needing to repair our gear and all that nonsense. We're gonna skip all these fates, right? Just because we don't really need to do them. Do anything, but I'll take it. Fate complete. Thankfully, we did hit 20, right? So I do believe you hit 20, and then you will like get you know, after this you get another mission to become like I don't want to call it the evolve class, I'm not sure what they call it, but like your main job, right? So this gets to turn into a black mage eventually. I don't think it's in this mission. I'm more than likely to be in the mission after this, I think. I guess we'll find out. Why are they doing this to me? Can I jump over this? Yes. Now hopefully it's not down there, right? Gather evidence from thaumaturge's corpses. Thaumaturge's corpses, okay. So hopefully they're just right here on the ground somewhere. Yep, okay, good. We're probably gonna get attacked when we're like grabbing these pieces of evidence. Okay. They're pretty lenient with like, you know, since this guy is small, right? You would imagine that they don't let him jump as high and things like that, but they're pretty lenient with your jump, which I can appreciate. I don't have to run around the whole like border. Offer myself as bait. All right. That was quick. You guys may stay back. don't know if I could let him die. But I probably can't, right? Yeah. So I was gonna have to protect him. That was my fault. I was pretty sure that was gonna be the case, but I thought maybe I could eke out a little bit more damage. And it's not a hard mission, right? Sometimes you just have some objectives you need to do. So I need to get back to it. I think we can get one more out. It's taking a lot of damage. I'm failing here. What I gotta do is put one of them to sleep. I forget sometimes that we have some of our utility spells. You can also like lower the difficulty. Like I said, it's not that important down the line. But we're not gonna do that. What I want to do first is see if I can actually put this dude to sleep. Like it. Oh, that was Swift Cast. It's like the farthest I ever got with this class in particular. I also realized that I don't have my sleep spell on, which is a kind of an issue right now. Because he's getting nuked from all like directions. So I might need to pop that back on. Okay. It really would have been better if I had my sleep spell on, but we got it done. No! Well, we gotta kill him now. Probably should have remembered I had that quick cast spell right there. That might have been a good idea to use. Right. Sometimes I have like a set rotation in my head. You gotta be flexible. Seems like I might need to. I'm messing up early there. So I think we can escape. Yeah, like in retrospect, I could have used my Scave, right? So I could have, when the like little guys came out, I could have simply. Here's the theory. I could have done that Scave, right? Get some damage out, and then go back to my regular rotation. I do have to kill some giant tortoises, so that's why we stopped to do this. There we go. That's all we needed. I also think we're almost at the point where we can get our mount. The mount system is really wonky in this game, and what I mean by that is your mount is going to start out really, really painfully slow, and then basically the more story missions you do, the faster he's going to get. And then when you finish the story here, he's going to be at his top speed. But then the problem is that by the time he gets to his top speed here, it's going to be time to start the DLC quest. And when you get to the new area, he's not going to be able to run or fly like he was in this area. So you're going to have to do that whole thing over again, which is very painful. And they did it because they didn't want you like flying in the DLC area, like getting to places quickly. Uh, Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Hopefully, let's just drop down and see if we die. Okay, we made it. Don't like that. Right, I don't like it at all, but that's what it is like in this game. We really can't do anything about it. But I'd rather have got the speed and just not been able to fly. That would have been like a nice little like workaround. But you'll be painfully slow in the next area you make it to anyway. He's gone mad. He's been possessed, dude. He's been absorbing mana from mages. I guess that's how he's getting more powerful. I mean, technically he kept his end of the bargain, right? thought we were gonna fight him. I guess not. Okay. Before we get twist and turns upside down, right? Let's just make sure we get to the Dominator's Guild and do our mission. Complete this quest, right? No, I'm not sure what the next step is because I'm pretty sure that we can, you know, we can graduate into the next class. So I'm hoping we can. The thing, since we're wearing this robe, the robe has the hoodie on it, right? So it's counting as a helmet as well, which is why the head part is empty. Which is why we can't equip certain things. So, okay, so we have that. What's the next hidden chapter? We gotta be level 25. Okay. I could have swore it was 20. Oh well. I guess we got quite a ways to go still. Oh, guys, let me check the chat real quick. Make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, I think we're good. It's probably like level 30 that we need to get to, maybe. I'm having trouble remembering, right? It's because some classes you get at 50, some you get at oh, 50. I think 50 is the other classes. All right, so we have to go back to Limsa. Which is funny because I think we're just going to take. Wait, what? It's just going to make us take the airship back, basically, because we skipped a lot of that part of the story. But it's fine. Oh, we gotta go to the drowning lunch. Okay, so we'll leave us on this floor, but, well, it's in this area, but we gotta go up one floor. Because I think the drowning lunch is the bar. Yep, there we go. Probably pirates. So we gotta make it. I'm all the way over there. Let's see if I can quickly make it there doing one of these. Okay, Fisherman's Guild. See, that is the nice part, guys. Now we just gotta get back downstairs, which I think is right here. And we can use this crystal. Use this crystal and get to the next area. I'm sure you guys just saw Cloud walk by. Alright, there's a lot of fashion in that game. Fisherman's Guild. Speak with a seasoned adventurer, Hall of the Novice, which is gotta get to the Outport. Okay, so Outport, and I saw there was a delivery mogul, so we can check them out and see what we got. Maybe it gives us the clothing that I'm trying to get as well here, right? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Let's just talk to the Chocobo first. Let's, I mean, to the Chocobo Keep. Grab that crystal there. Let's see. Okay, so we got the porter. Got the crystal. Here's what it looks like, the delivery mogul. Right here. There he is. I'll be honest, hold on, he's giving me the tutorial because I haven't talked to him yet. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy. Yeah, so this is it's called Strife, the Strife costume, right? So it's called Strife's costume from Advent Children. We got it. It's level 1, so you're better off making it into a glam and, you know, like overriding your costume with it. You're transmuting it, basically. But we could take it all. I was gonna say, I'll be honest with you guys, I feel like I said a lot of fellows, they could have, if they wanted like a little cutesy class, they could have used moguls. And then they could have just gave them like head accessories like they did with a lot of these guys. And that could have been their fashion, right? They could have made them a little bit bigger, like maybe the size of a Lalafell. And I feel like that would have been a funner thing to have, in my opinion. Right, or the dwarves from Final Fantasy IV, the Lolly-Ho dwarves. Although they might need to, I haven't seen them in like remakes, right? I'm not sure how they look. I think it would have been anything would have been a better choice than what we have right now. I say as I use the class I don't like. I mean the race I don't like, but that's how it is. That's how it is, guys. And so we do have the whole costume, right? Let's check the inventory. There we go. So we're in the Hall of the Novice, right? The Hall of the Novice basically teaches you like mechanics in the game and things that you should like probably learn, right? And we won't do any of them, but we'll take a look. So there's a DPS training exercise, right, for the thaumaturgy. Depending on your class, he will like give you other job missions, right? So like if you're a tank, he'll teach you how to like pull aggro and maintain aggro and move out the way of certain attacks, you know, stuff like that. It is a good thing they put that in the game, right? A lot of games don't even do that. They'll just here's your class, good luck, and you got to figure it out on your own. Which you know, there's something to be said about that, but also something to be said about actually attempting, you know, because at least it's there and people can't say, well, they didn't teach me, because you know a lot of people will do that. So you know, at least it's there and it gives you like a little brief summary of what your class is about. Oh no, look at this guy's name, Sogon these Nuds. I laughed at it a little bit. Okay, here we are. We got our first party mission, right? So we have our first group quest. The good thing about this game, right, is basically telling you all about like joining parties and that kind of stuff. So close that. Right, so it's here and as well as in the duty finder. So now in the duty finder, there's let's see where these missions at. Right here it is, Sastasha. right? You can queue up for it, or you can stand out here and grab the mission. If you like walk up to where the mission is at, uh, all of the very early content you can do with NPCs, and that helps tremendously. That way you won't have to wait for a queue to pop. Like all the, basically all the newer quests were, like in the current iteration of the game, right? Like in the current DLC, that is stuff that you'll need a party up for with human players, right? You can do this with human players here as well, as you can see, party of other players. But you might not see a lot of people here because it's like the very beginning of the game, unless you're playing with like some buddies or something like that. The NPCs aren't bad at all. They're serviceable, and they will get you through the story if you need it to be done, which we'll end up doing pretty shortly. I just want to check on some stuff before we get started. Right, we can take a look at the Strife costume. As you can see, the item level is level 1, so it's not going to give you any kind of defense. It is Cloud's outfit from Advent Children for the most part. It's missing like the sleeve. Right, I'm not sure. I think he has like one with the sleeveless as well. Right, so it looks better on a model that's not this, right? Because we look kind of like a potato. And you can transmute it, so don't worry about that, right? Just don't delete it because I don't know if you could get it back. And just be careful, guys. I don't know why I did that, but we did it. And yeah, so I think we'll just queue up with like a party NPCs. So what's gonna happen right now, guys, is basically they're gonna give us like 3 back-to-back dungeons. We're gonna do this one. It's gonna tell us to go somewhere else. We're gonna do the next one, and then we're gonna do the next one. So we need to do it. we need to freaking do it, guys. So let's do it, shall we? And I think we'll run to about 11 tonight because this is a little slow going. Not bad, right? But I don't know if I want to have a 3-hour stream on my channel, my YouTube, which we've had longer streams, yeah. But we'll take a little bit of a break, and then hopefully we could get some time in tomorrow in the daytime, and then more in the nighttime, and try to like get as much of the story as we can done. And that was a mistake there. We're gonna have to withdraw here. And I want to join with a party NPCs. There you go. You go right away. It's complete. Right away. It's ready. So the basic setup for this is going to be a tank, 2 DPS healer. That's how it always is for these 4-player contents. I'm feeling pretty winded. We might just finish here for a little while, right after this mission is done. I've never partied with like the tank as a computer, so I'm not sure what he's gonna do. Usually when I played this, I was the tank, and then I let the NPCs do stuff. So we're gonna see what it's about. How good he is. This is gonna be slow. This is gonna be slow, guys. So they follow me for the most part, it looks like. So I kind of gotta lead them around. Not ideal, right? I should use fire too. Oh, well, got him done. Okay. You can see very basic loadout. It feels very odd having a tank NPC. They're dying very quickly. We got it. We got it. It's gonna take a minute. I think it might be better off doing like single target until maybe there's like 3 enemies or so. Right, that may be the sweet spot. As far as damage goes. I kind of like this right here. Honestly, there's not much to say, right? Just kill the enemies, push forward. It's like the first dungeon, so it's getting you used to all the mechanics. But it's pretty straightforward, honestly. And I'm like, my positioning is all wrong, right? Like I shouldn't be anywhere next to the tank. Right now it's not that big of a deal, being as we're very early in the game. Nothing to worry about. Things are dying very quickly too. It's kind of missing on my my casting, as you can see. I keep getting interrupted. At least things are dying fairly quickly, right? That's something I don't have to worry about. You do have quite a ways to go though. You see, we didn't even kill the first boss yet. We're close to the first boss though, guys. I did remember to put my limit break on as well. Limit breaks, guys, they are like your ultimate moves. Something to keep in mind though is that the limit break, as you can see, is in the upper left hand side for me, is shared between the whole party, right? So usually it's reserved for the DPS. If you do your limit break, it will reset to 0 for everybody, right? So it's reserved for the DPS mainly for like boss killers or like, you know, just to erase a chunk of his health, basically. So don't just, if you see it, don't just pop it for no reason. People will get mad at you. There we go. The computer might even use it on its own, so I guess we'll see. You'll hear a strange sound once it's like being cast. You can see it's tanking is pretty easy in this game. Right, for the most part, as long as you heal this good, you're good. Very, very basic tanking stuff. Everybody gets their own loot, guys, by the way, so don't worry about that too much. So as you can see, we have stuff here that we need to do. Right, so we got to find the pirate captain and then some extra stuff, and then we're done with the mission. I'm not sure if this is hitting hard enough to warrant me using it. It kind of hard. I have to be happy with it for now. We're just taking on his minions first. Now we can focus on him. Okay, not bad. There we go. Since we're the only person here, like that, you know, we're seeing all our gear that we get. You know, usually people will stop and they'll pop up in the chest to stand around for a couple of seconds, you know, looking at their loot, trying to put it on, all that kind of stuff. Thankfully, we're pretty safe in the background. There's really not much to see in these dungeons, right? So it's very quiet battling. I'm mostly focusing on trying to make sure my rotation is down packed. Because we are a class that I don't usually pick. It's not bad. It's not bad. The cast is a little slow for my liking, right? But the damage is not bad, right? The damage is pretty good. We're killing fairly quickly. I can't complain about that. Someone somewhere dropped a key. There it is. They probably will cut the stream once we're done with this mission. Right, and then, you know, more than likely, a little bit, like level up. I'll try to level up the other job classes. Right, that way we can have some variety. Open this door. Okay. The mission is actually almost done. Right now, we just gotta make it to the boss. Extremely close to him. You know, as far as mechanics goes, guys, right, there's not much to it. Stay out of like the danger zones, right? Try to make sure you're not standing right in tank's path so you won't hit the damage. Like, very basic stuff to do for starters. Try not to mess up your rotation too much, right? Really try to hone it because uh, the longer it takes for you to get your rotation out, the longer you'll be in here trying to do damage, right? And trying to kill things. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily the end. I do think there's like one little, yeah, gotta keep going. But we're basically at the end of this mission. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to fight out most of these guys because it's the computer and they're not gonna skip them. Right, depending on who you're with, they might want to like run past a lot of these people. So it's up to you to do. To communicate, rather, right? Messed up a couple times there, as you can see. I think we can skip most of these guys. We could just engage with these people right here. And I messed up my rotation too. I always want to keep those little like fire, you know, like this right here, my mechanic going, because I do better damage. And that's what it's all about, just having that meter going. And I'm pretty sure I'm losing it on DPS by, you know, not maximizing the uptime. Here's the boss here. It's not much to worry about. I mean, I hope. And I guess we'll see. I do think the mechanic here is to stay away from the ripples, basically. Yeah, I missed the rotation there. I was too busy like thinking about the mechanic, but not bad. We'll be okay. We'll pop our limit after this rotation is done. So switch over to this, right? And a DOT on them. Switch back over. Hop one of these. And break. Didn't hit that hard. I think if I just focus on him, we'll be okay. Okay. Not bad. It was, I'll be honest, it was a little weird having an NPC tank, right? That's something you probably won't have to worry about. It did slow down the game a little bit. Let's just check our treasure, and then we can leave. We got knives. That is for the rogue. So we're just gonna turn in the mission, and then I think we'll wrap up the stream for now. And in our downtime, like maybe sometime tomorrow while I'm playing, like I'll try to get like some of the other jobs leveled up. We won't do like the story, right? That'll be like stuff we hold off on. But it gives me a chance to level up other classes, and you know, we don't have to be this one the whole way through. Future thumbnail. Future thumbnail, guys. Hold on. Screen. There you go. Now we have to go to the drowning ledge. Actually, before we wrap it up, right, I want to make sure that we're not missing our Chocobo, right, because that will make my life a little bit easier. And if we are able to access our Chocobo, we'll do that very quickly. I think we might need to wait a little bit, though. Whew. We did get a lot done today, though. We got Party Finder unlocked. That's just like group, you know, like looking for group kind of stuff. We'll just grab this mission. And so before we finish up, guys, I'm just gonna quickly see. You get your Chocobo, right? Okay. So we're not there yet. Not quite there yet, guys. I do think we'll get a wrap with the stream. We got a lot done, and in the meantime, like what I'll be doing if you see me playing this game, you know, on Discord or whatever, you know, I can in my off time level up one of these jobs. We'll probably do like maybe the Lancer or the Gladiator, right? It'll be good to have like a tank on the Red Bolt for a little bit. And, you know, we won't touch the story part until we come back. And I do want to say, guys, real quickly, thank you for stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube and you made it to the end, good job. I do wish you guys would come watch me live. There's a link to my channel at the bottom of the... Where's that link at? It's in the description of the video, isn't it? There's a link there in the description of the video, guys. Click that. Come on over at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when you can catch me. We try to go for at least 3 to 4 hours a night. So, you know, 8 to 11, 8 to 12, that is the usual goal. Playing a lot of Final Fantasy right now. Down the line, we're going to be playing Diablo 4 and Elder Scrolls Online. You know, just games that we can relax and chill on and have a little bit of fun. So I hope you guys join me pretty soon. Everybody on Twitch, guys, have a great night. I need to put my phone on charge and get something to eat. And I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Later, guys. I'm out of here.